Well, that is it for the morning announcement. It brings us to the roundtable, where we talk about the single topic that has our biggest or most interest or most shaking in the game industry. And of course, for today, September 17th, 2020, the day that PS5 pre-orders should have went live, we will be discussing the PS5 presentation, unveiling of price and release date, and how the pre-orders went live September the 16th. And I kind of want to break this down into two parts. One of us discussing the pre-order stuff, and then us actually discussing what they showed in the presentation.
Right.
So, I don't know, which ones you guys want to tackle first?
I think we should do the presentation first.
Yep, that's what I was
Keep
going to
things
say.
calm.
All right,
that
let's
did
do the
happen
presentation
first. And we should keep the pre-orders separate because we have strong thoughts about those.
Yeah.
But yes, the presentation.
Okay, so presentation first. It came on. They showed a bunch of stuff they've already showed us before, but a little bit more.
Yep.
I would say that there was two unveilings that stuck out to me, which was Final Fantasy 16.
Yep. Console exclusive.
Yep. And
Harry Potter. Was that not the one?
No, it was God of War.
Oh.
Yeah, I did see that they announced it.
Yeah.
What did you like about the revealing of God of War? Was it
That it's a thing?
we know it's a thing.
Yeah.
I like that it was 2021.
Yes.
That's unexpected. I don't know if they'll be able to keep it, but because they didn't show anything for God of War.
Right.
But it's exciting that it's coming. Called Ragnarok, which traditionally Ragnarok is a Thor movie, correct? Oh no, traditionally it means the end of the do.
So sometimes Cory attempts jokes.
That was funny. That was funny.
I don't know.
Just Ragnarok means the end of the world.
Does it?
It means the end of the world, correct?
I
don't know.
In Norse mythology.
In Norse mythology.
Yes.
So that's a cool title for a God of War game. I do not want to derail this
God
topic.
of War Ragnarok is a very cool title.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll agree. That was really awesome to hear.
Yeah.
Wish we would have seen something, but yeah.
Well, we got a guy talking. So
We
that's
got
cool.
we got Kratos talking.
We got Kratos talking.
I liked Harry Potter. David, did you get to watch that?
I saw it announced. I didn't watch like the trailer that they showed or anything, but it's great because I talked about it before on here.
Yeah.
So for it to be like a real thing and it's coming, it's great. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it looked like everything I've ever wanted for a Harry Potter game.
It actually looks
seems
quality.
like a Harry Potter RPG. You start off as like a first-year student in Hogwarts, so you're exploring the castle. It seems like you're getting sorted into a house. I hope that it's like they don't sort you into Gryffindor or something. I hope it's like options.
Right.
You know, you can explore the castle. You can go to classes. They showed off like herbology and potions, and you can go to like Hogsmeade. Mead. Okay. And you were riding like these different creatures. It seemed like a big open world.
Yes.
You're gonna explore everything. It looked awesome. I can't wait for that game.
Yeah.
So I think the Sony showcase was really, really great.
Yes.
The thing is, they showed off a lot of other people's games.
Right. They
You
just
know?
showed more Resident Evil.
Right, Resident Evil,
that
Harry
was
Potter.
good.
Yeah.
You know, there was a couple exclusives, but they showed off some big titles. But it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
You want to talk about price, release date?
So price, they announced two editions. There is the standard. What are they calling it? Standard physical edition, which is $499.99, and then there is the digital edition, which is $399.99, and they are set to release November 12th in North America, and then everywhere else a little bit later.
Yeah, on the 19th.
I think
the 19th for like Europe and other countries.
Yeah.
Is it just North America the 12th?
like United States, Mexico, Canada.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Japan, I think.
Okay.
And I think there was one other place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then everything else the 19th.
Yeah.
I just want to ask, what is the difference between the two systems, guys?
So the difference is, very good question. The standard edition includes a 4K Blu-ray disc drive, and the digital edition does not. But they both have.
That's it?
They both have the same hard drive, the same processor, right?
Mm-hmm. Everything's the same.
No compromise in power.
Right.
Just one takes physical media, the other one doesn't.
And $100 difference.
And $100 difference.
Are you listening, Xbox?
No, I think
They're not.
Don't do what you did.
No, I think Xbox was okay to do that.
I don't agree. This PS5 did it the way I think it should be done. I know,
I can see that. Yeah, both angles make sense to me.
Okay. Well, you like the price?
I am not upset with the price.
Okay. Yeah, I would say the price is what was expected.
Yeah.
Especially after Microsoft came out with their 500. You knew Sony wasn't going to be higher than that at all. And you knew I expected they really couldn't be lower than that. Because Microsoft seems like they're very willing to lose money on consoles just to get them in the hands of consumers. I feel like Sony is less like that.
Yes.
They want as much money per console as they can get. But they had to match Microsoft.
Yes.
So I'm cool with the price. I'm probably going to go digital because it's $100 less. $100 is $100. So that's a controller. That's it's not a controller and a game, but half a game.
Right.
So
controller and the charge pad.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So overall, like I said, another conference in my book that was pretty good. What happened after that?
What happened after that? So I'll also. Usually, we try to keep these podcasts clean. As far as language, profanity, and vulgarity. But what happened the evening of September 16th was perhaps one of the biggest clusterfucks of anything I have ever seen. And this is in 2020, where we have a Oompa Loompa not able to test people appropriately for coronavirus. Okay? This was more of a cluster.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the presentation, Sony says, hey, you'll be able to pre-order as early as tomorrow, September 17th. And then by 7 p.m., 6 p.m., maybe in some places, Walmart, nah. They even say it in their tweet, think we're going to make you wait for tomorrow? Nah, pre-order it now. So then they go ahead and go rogue, and everyone else is like, oh, okay, well, we'll just do the same thing because, we can't let Walmart get ahead of us, even though they're getting pre-orders, so there's an allocation. So just newsflash, Best Buy, if you have an allocation of 50, if Walmart decides to sell before you, guess what? You can still only sell 50, okay? So anyway, this happens where all of this stuff breaks out. People are logging on, they're crashing sites, right? They crash Best Buy, they crash GameStop. I think GameStop actually had a thing where if you tried to log in too much, they just blocked you. They found your IP address and they said, bye Felicia, right? Like no more. And other sites and stuff, Target sold out immediately, all these places within 10, 12, 15 minutes. And Sony, what are you doing? And then, so part of, it's a little transparency for us doing this gaming podcast. We want to make sure we're actually able to bring up-to-date, current gaming information. So we are trying to procure this stuff somehow. Now, Cory was one of the lucky children that got a golden ticket. And so you got the email saying, hey,
I did get the email.
You're invited to pre-order directly from PlayStation.
Yeah.
Now, when are you able to actually do that pre-order?
That will be Friday at 1 p.m.
That's cool. So you're telling me that PlayStation can invite you to pre-order a PlayStation later than Walmart can invite you to pre-order a PlayStation.
It makes no sense.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know anything about these emails. I don't know if they're spacing them out, because if everybody who got an email logs on at 1 p.m. on the Sony site, that's also going to crash.
True.
So I am terrified I'm still not going to be able to get one.
Well, based on the world we live in now, where nothing makes sense,
right?
What do you think is going to happen?
It's going to crash.
Yeah.
It's going to crash. And like going back to these other places, GameStop opened up their pre-orders, I think, at like 2 a.m.
Well, some of them, at like 7 or 8 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
Because I talked to a manager there
yeah.
that said that people told them they were accepting pre-orders.
Right.
that people came in and said, hey, we want to pre-order the PlayStation 5. And he said, oh, well, we're going to be taking pre-orders tomorrow. And someone said, no, you're taking them right now.
Did he take them?
And he took them.
Oh, well, we did it the wrong way.
Yeah, based upon what he told me is that every store, and he can only really speak for GameStop.
Right.
They were allocated something 12 to 16 units per store.
Right.
And that was it. So if you happen to be in there buying a Fortnite card, and it came across your thing, hey, PS5 pre-orders are good to go, you could just walk up and get one.
Right.
Now, a lot of people were wondering about notifications if you signed up for emailing lists. I signed up for an email list for Best Buy.
But it was too
And
late,
Best Buy
right?
sent me one at 8:26 p.m.
Right.
Which is great since they were sold out at 7.
Right. By the time the
Fantastic.
emails came out, it was done.
It was done.
So how does store allocation work when literally every pre-order for Target, Best Buy, Walmart is done online? There was no in-store pre-ordering for any of those stores. Now I know GameStop had a few the night before,
Right.
but as of the morning, they were all sold out every store.
Right.
No one could do more pre-orders.
Right.
So I guess I don't understand how it works. With Target,
Doesn't work.
it doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
It was literally whoever looked at it at the time. Did you get a pre-order, Jeremy?
Did I get a pre-order? No. I didn't get a pre-order.
Me either.
I didn't get a pre-order. And let me tell you something else, man. I said I was going to get one.
Oh no.
But we were talking before about, like, if I'm not able to attain one
Yeah.
by the end of the holiday season, it's probably going to be a couple of years before I snatch one.
Okay.
Because then its usefulness for me is, at a minimum, I'll just get it when I get it.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
I plan on being able to acquire an Xbox Series X, since that will be done in an orderly, thought-out, planned fashion.
Yeah.
And so as long as I have that, and you got your golden ticket, and you can grab one,
yeah.
we can provide ourselves and our people the information they need about this stuff.
Right, of course.
So that's the most important thing.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. But PlayStation 5, I told you guys before, the one thing that will make me mad and make me walk away is if you dump a big bucket of stupid in front of me.
You've said
And this
consistently
was the
throughout
biggest
podcast.
bucket of stupid I've seen in quite some time.
Well, I sent you the link. July 17th. What did Sony say?
There will not be any surprises
When it comes to the pre-orders.
when it comes to pre-orders.
I would say this was a little surprising.
Here's another thing, right? Because obviously I was on the Twitterers and the other places. You have the fanboys, unfortunately, that exist for both sides. And Sony fanboys saying, hey, well, look, this whole thing isn't Sony's fault. The retailers shot the gun. They were supposed to do it on the 17th, not the 16th. Let me break something down very easy for you people, okay? Not just them specifically, but let's just take a walk down logic lane for a second, right?
I'm excited.
Thank you. It's a very fun walk. If they went early, it's because there were no repercussions or something tied to the contract or distribution deal where there would be repercussions for doing that. If Sony says you can't take pre-orders till the 17th, there should be consequences for not doing that.
Sony doesn't care. They got
Sony
all
doesn't
their
care.
pre-orders sold out. That's all
Yeah,
they wanted.
yeah.
And now it's even better because everyone knows the next time they throw out some pre-orders,
Yeah.
you have got to get to it.
It's going to be a free-for-all.
You have to get to it or else you're just going to miss out.
Yeah.
And it worked out better in their favor for
So
doing
then
it.
it's like people are like, well, that's not enough time, obviously. But if they would have waited till the day they were supposed to, it would have been better. Guess what, guys? A day also isn't a lot of time.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I don't know how you guys think a day later is appropriate. It's
Right.
not. We're in a recession. People need to figure out, what their financial thing is. By the way, a lot of people buying $500 systems in order to be in a recession and complaining about, unemployment things, right? But that's another discussion.
Here's the thing, though. Sony, in their mind, I think, they had to get out before Xbox. Xbox set a date, September 22nd. Sony was like, we have got to get our pre-orders out before them, no matter what.
Which doesn't. Why does that matter when the system itself is coming out 2 days later than the Xbox, anyways?
Because you want that money already. You want that money given to you before your stuff actually comes out. That way, those people don't have the money to give to the Xbox. Because if Xbox were to get pre-orders first, someone like me might order the Xbox and then think, maybe I don't need this PlayStation. I already spent $500. So I would 100% blame Sony.
But I understand that logic. But
Yeah.
then think about it from this way. What do you think the largest swath of people who buy these games aren't us? They aren't hardcore gamers.
Right.
they're casual gamers.
Right.
People that may want to use them as streaming devices. So then if they're trying to beat Xbox, you can try to beat them at delivery or try to beat them at, hey, we're going to get our pre-orders out. Xbox is going to say to the casual gamer, yeah, that's cool. You can pre-order that before us, but you can get into next gen with us for at least $100 less than what their cheapest version is offering.
Right. Well, the thing is, Sony was always going to have whatever numbers they were going to have.
Yeah.
So, and those numbers are going to sell out. It doesn't matter what the number is. If it's 1 million, if it's 10 million in that first month, those are all going to sell out.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants a PS5. And now because of this, supposed shortage, it's going to even be more. Like I said, as soon as those next pre-orders come, everyone's going to be on watch. The next pre-orders are going to sell out in 20 seconds, 15 seconds.
Right.
And it was a bad day for gaming pre-orders because as a computer guy, you must know about what's the newest GTX?
Oh, the 3000 series?
Yeah, 3080 came out today.
Yeah.
Gone in 15 seconds. On eBay for thousands of dollars.
Those didn't have, there was no pre-order process.
Right, it was just, it came out today.
Yeah.
And that was also a cluster.
But that was the case with the PlayStations too.
Yeah.
So it's nothing better than not getting the pre-order and then going to eBay and see them selling a pre-order for $800,000, $900,000. And they can't show you the actual system, so it's just some jack-off that printed a picture off of Google, putting up like, hey, you can have this for $1,000.
Yeah.
So
it was a rough day for gaming overall, I think.
Bad look by Sony. Talking with this stuff and with the gaming prices thing that also was part of that presentation, as well as some other stuff. I have belief in the system.
Yeah.
But I am starting to get PS3 vibes when it comes to the culture and the energy of which Sony is putting out there. I think the PS4 has re-inflated that ego. Well, if you think of how they approached the PS3, it was based off of having the greatest selling console of all time. And it feels like the massive success of the PS4 is re-inflating that ego a bit.
That was happening a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
With the crossplay.
Yeah.
They refused to do crossplay. And that's their right. They don't have to let, Xbox players play with them. But it was kind of like all gamers wanted it. So they have been getting like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's going to hurt them, but, I mean, the PlayStation 5 is obviously, I think, going to be great. But, man, it's not as appealing as I had hoped, I guess.
Yeah.
800 gigabyte SSD. That's not a lot. That's how many games is that going to hold for me?
That will
7, 8?
Especially if they put them all on the hard drive like you had to.
Yeah, it's going to hold
on the Xbox.
8 to 9, 10 games.
Well, that's it's the equivalent of 4 Red Dead Redemption 2s.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I was hoping for a 2 terabyte one. Now, I know probably with an SSD that makes it very unrealistic, but still, it's
super
like...
expensive.
Right. You're going to have to upgrade that hard drive almost immediately.
Or, we'll buy an external for it.
Yeah. If you're any type of gamer, you're going to have to get an external one for it almost immediately.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. A couple other things that were a little bit weird. Miles Morales is a PS4 game as well, which I think I've said on this podcast, like, I want the PS5 so I can play PS5 games. Mm-hmm. Miles Morales is also a PS4 game. So now it's kind of like, do I get a PS5?
Right.
And even things that aren't even coming out at launch. Horizon Forbidden West is going to be a PS4 game. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's going to be a PS4 game as well.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I think maybe that's devaluing the PS5 a little bit.
Yeah, they're just selling themselves out.
Right. Did you see what they added for PS Plus members?
Is it the collection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, I have 90% of those games.
Yeah.
It doesn't really do much for me personally, so I don't know. I'm excited. I'm a pre-order it Friday, but still, they could have done a better job.
Yeah, because the biggest thing for me about all of this is they have such limited qualities for the pre-orders, and they had the only depending on how much you play, you can pre-order it, blah blah whatever. You got the email, but at the end of it, all of us are just gamers trying to play with our friends, with other people online, and they're just putting all of us against each other.
Well, I will say this. I played a ton of PS4, more than you.
Well, yeah.
So I deserve it.
Okay,
more than you too, Jeremy.
It started already. Like, there's toxicity in games already. It doesn't need to be on the systems themselves.
But it is really getting that way. It's always that way, especially between Xbox and PlayStation.
It's upsetting.
Yeah, I just think it's the whole email thing was weird.
It is weird. It feels weird.
It's Willy Wonka-ish.
It really is. Like, I got it and I was happy, but at the same time, I can realize I'm not happy at all in terms of the pre-orders. You know, I still stood in line at GameStop because I don't know how Friday's going to work out.
Right.
You know, it might not work out. So I went to GameStop this morning because also I want to pre-order for my brother.
Right.
You know, because he's working.
Yeah.
But there was no shot for him to get a PlayStation at all.
And that's one of the biggest frustrations I have. If you're imagine being someone that, let's say you're a guy or a gal that saw this and you're like, okay, this is interesting. You may want to buy this for the family.
Yeah.
You get off of work, you pick up the kids, you come home, you wait for your spouse. They maybe work as a nurse. They come home 8, 9 o'clock. You're like, we want to talk about this purchase before we make it because $400, $500 is still a lot of money.
Yes.
Right.
And you're like, okay, well, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And you plan to maybe get a pre-order in just so you have it. You have that peace of mind. And then, oh no, some jagoff found a way to create an Amazon link that takes you directly to the page, drops it in your cart, and gets you paid for it before you have to do anything. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous stuff.
I mean, I'll say the most annoying part is I'm a big collector. You know, I collect board games, Funko Pops, collectibles, and stuff. The most annoying part about any collecting is when you don't know when things are released.
Yeah.
You know, like Funko Pops are real key for that. You don't know when they're released. So sometimes it feels like you never had a shot.
Yeah.
And I would guarantee that everyone who didn't get a PlayStation felt like they never had a shot to
Right.
get that pre-order in.
Right.
By the
Most
time we
definitely.
were done with our show meeting, already sold out.
Yeah.
You never had a shot. David never had a shot.
No.
You know, my brother, he went to bed at 8 o'clock. Never had a shot.
Yeah.
You know, it couldn't. All it had to take was Sony being like, "Hey, tomorrow at 6 p.m." And then everyone's got the same opportunity. If you get logged out of Amazon or you're just not fast enough, at least you were there.
And if a place like Walmart wants to say go ahead and pre-order it or whatever, you call them up and say, hey, you
No.
can either take this down
Or we take back the-
we're taking back the quantity, the allocation, we're revoking it or doing something.
Right.
Right? But
Yeah.
that's why like Sony was behind that. Sony wants to
They don't
they haven't
care.
made a statement
They don't-
about anything.
They just don't care. They
Yeah.
sold out all of them. So,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know. We were supposed to be talking about the Sony showcase and how pumped we were. Instead,
Right.
it turned into I don't
talking
think
about-
any of us are feeling that good.
The cluster that happened
none of
afterwards.
us are feeling that good about it because
Nah.
it feels sleazy from Sony
Yep.
and it just feels wrong.
Just massive
And
stupid.
you know, we're not the biggest fans of Xbox One or Microsoft. You know, we all like the Xbox brand, but they did the right thing. They said they immediately tweeted out, you know, hey, we're doing ours, and you will know the exact time you can get it.
Yeah.
So, like you said, Sony's getting a little, their head's getting a little big.
Yeah.
It might cost them.
Yeah.
It really might, because, like you said, gamers have amnesia. We just want the best system. We want the best games. We want the best price. And if we can't find a PlayStation, we'll go to Xbox.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. So why are they going to limit so low quantities?
The guy I talked to said he thinks we're doing a test run with the pre-orders. Thinks it was a test run.
What, to see how much
just
chaos they
to
can
gauge
create?
what interest is. That doesn't make sense to me.
No. Like, how many average players do they have on the system? 1 million a day, a week, or whatever? Like, they know they're going to get
More
those
than that.
pre-orders. Okay, exactly. So they know they're going to have millions of pre-orders.
and I also did read another story where it said they are actually producing more PS5s than they did PS4s at launch.
Yeah, just as many, if not more, a
which
little bit more.
seems... I don't remember there being much trouble to get a PS4, but I didn't buy it at launch.
Right.
I don't know. So...
But they also weren't this dumb with PS4 because they just
They
got
were
their
the
tails whooped with
underdogs.
PlayStation
Yeah,
3.
they had to show out a little bit.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. What are your guys' final thoughts on this whole thing? Showcase, good?
Showcase, all right.
Showcase fine,
It was
Price,
yeah.
date, fine?
fine.
Pre-orders, Jeremy, as you
Everything,
said-
everything is fine, and then the pre-order thing was terrible.
Everything they said, good. Everything that they did, bad.
Yes.
Okay.